How is it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Ethan Bridge. I am host of the Social Media Marketing School podcast and the guy behind the Instagram page at The Marketing Ethan. Now, when I first started my Instagram page, my personal brand, I was all over the place with that account. I didn't really know what I was doing. Yes, I'd created and grown Instagram pages in the past, but never really a personal brand. And I just had things missing. I had an idea of what I wanted to create. I had a plan in my head of how I was going to achieve it, but in reality, it was a completely new experience for me. It took a lot of analysing, it took a lot of refining, but in the end, I feel as if I kind of got the hang of it now. It's going pretty well. But I've found that there are certain things that your page, your personal brand on Instagram or any social media platform for that matter, needs in order to succeed. So that is why in today's podcast episode, I'm going to be going through the 5 things that your Instagram or just any social media page needs if you want to succeed. So without any further ado, let's dive straight into the first point. Number 1. At the end of the day, we need to remember that there's a reason we're on social media, especially if you're an entrepreneur or have a business page or in the similar education spaces as I am. We are on Instagram to make money. Simple. Yes, there are obviously other reasons as to why we do it. We want to help people with their journey. We want to help people succeed. We want to help people grow their knowledge and expertise on a certain specific niche. And that all comes from our content. But there is an overarching goal that we all need to be very honest with ourselves with, and it's to make money. It's to help grow our businesses. But in order to do that on social media, we need to have an offer. If we don't have an offer, then how are we ever going to sell anything? You can't monetize your page if you don't have anything to sell. And this is something that I sort of looked at the very beginning, and I had to think to myself, right, yes, I know I have a service that I can provide, but how do I put that into an offer and put it on my Instagram page and make people aware of it so that they're going to buy it? And this is something I had to develop and refine over time, but now it's become pretty clear, and I'll talk about that in a later point. But if you don't have that offer in the first place, then simple as you're never going to monetize, and that is the end goal. So the first thing your page needs, especially if you want to achieve that goal of monetization and leverage that audience so that you can grow your business, is an actual offer for your followers, for your audience in the first place. So point number 1, if you want to monetize your page, you're obviously going to need an offer. Point number 2, your page needs to have personality and some uniqueness about it. Personality. People follow you, your page, because of who you are. Yes, they largely follow it as well because of the content you produce and the value you provide, but it's likely there's a lot of other people doing the same thing as you are. So if they were to follow you for your content and content alone, they may just follow someone else because they do it better than you. But there is another influencing factor, and that's your personality, you as an individual, especially if you are a personal brand page. People will follow you because they resonate with you. Their values align with yours. They like how you are as a person, how you interact with them on stories, and how you portray yourself as an entrepreneur, as an individual. And that's why you need to show that within your content, within your videos, within your stories, within the way you interact with other people. Because at the end of the day, people follow people. People are interested in what someone else has to say. And this is why personal brands and influencer pages have so much more influence over an audience opposed to a brand itself. People invest in the person. They don't invest in their content. Yes, my content shows my expertise, but people won't work with me if they don't like me as an individual. So that's why my personality needs to shine through in my content, in my stories, in my videos, you name it, all of those different things that are on my page. If I want people to pick to work with me over someone else. Your personality is one of your unique selling points. You are the best person at being you. No one else can be you like you can. It's as simple as that. So use that to your advantage. Show your personality. Be real with people. Yes, not everyone's going to like who you are, but that's fine. You wouldn't really want to work with those people in the first place. You need your values to align with those who you work with, because they are the people that you are going to be able to work with smoothly and successfully, because you are genuinely interested in achieving the same outcomes, and therefore it's much easier to help these individuals, and they're going to listen to you and implement what you have to say more successfully than someone who doesn't align with your values. So that personality on your page needs to shine through. You need to be showing people who you really are. You need to talk in your content how you would actually talk in real life. You don't want someone to paint a picture of you by reading your content and your copy and then come to speak to you in person and go, that's not really who I expected to talk to, and therefore that might actually scare them off and not want to work with you. You need it all to align. Your content needs to show who you are as a person. And this is why I love video content and stories so much. I record these podcasts as a video, one, because people can see my face, but I record podcasts as well because you get to hear my voice, you get to hear how I talk. I hope my personality shines through in the way I present myself over a recording, but I also post this video content on my Instagram page. I also hop on stories every now and again. I send voice messages to people opposed to text, and I feel as if that as a whole all comes together to build the personality of my personal brand. At the end of the day, the personal brand is personal. It's you. You're not sitting behind a logo or a company name. You're sitting behind your own name. And therefore, you need to make sure you are painting a good picture of your own name, because that's something that you hold, and people are going to hold that reputation against you and your name. So you need to make sure it's a damn good reputation if you want people to share your journey, share your experience, and follow you and want to continue to follow you as a result. So personality plays a huge part of your personal brand. And I did mention at the beginning there a little point about uniqueness. This is something that adds to that unique selling point. It sets you apart from your competition. When someone's scrolling through their Instagram feed and they come across your piece of content, you want them to instantly know that it's your piece of content. You don't want them to be going, oh, who's that? I've seen that content, but it looks very similar to someone else. You need to have that unique style that is instantly associated with you, because if your content is incredibly valuable, when someone's scrolling through the feed, that adds to that influence of people scrolling and wanting to stop because they know it's your content. They instantly look at it and go, oh, that's by Ethan. I want to consume that because I know it's going to provide me with lots of value. If you have that unique style, it is associated with your personal brand, you will see an increase in engagement, you will see that increase in association, and people will share you and your content more as a result. So personality and uniqueness on your page are incredibly important, so make sure your page has them. Tip number 3, you need to have a call to action on your page. You need to remember at the end of the day, Instagram isn't your business. Instagram is a traffic generator. Instagram could disappear at any point in the day. So if you consider your Instagram as your business and it deletes overnight, with that you lose your business as a result. So you need to see Instagram solely as a traffic generator. People will see your content, you've increased your exposure, you need to be driving those individuals further down your funnel to actually up the revenue within your business. Your business is completely separate to that of Instagram. Instagram is simply a traffic generator. So how do you direct someone from seeing your content, that exposure, to actually clicking down further into your funnel and going and buying a product or your service? And that's all done through a call to action. With every piece of content, call to action at the end. You want to retain that attention, send them further down your funnel. That's the goal. You've grabbed their attention. Now you completely hold that attention. You need to use that to your advantage. You need to point them in the direction. How are you going to do that? You're going to use a call to action and tell them where they need to go next. It's really, really that simple. There's no need to overcomplicate it. So funnel those people further down, increase sales within your business. Have a call to action, make sure people know what they need to do next, add it at the end of your post, add it in your caption, add it in your bio link, all of these different places. You want to drive people off of Instagram to traffic sources you own, an email list, a website, a podcast RSS feed, anything that you have complete control over and cannot be taken away from you. Essentially, your business. You want to drive people to your business. So to round up that point, simply remember Instagram is a traffic generator. You take that traffic, use a call to action, and drive it further down your funnel so that people purchase your product or service. Simple as that. Moving on to tip number 4. Your page needs to have complete clarity. Confusion on social media is the last thing we want. You want people to come to your page and instantly know what you do and what you can help them with within 3 seconds. A really, really short period of time, essentially. If they don't, they aren't going to follow you, they aren't going to consume your content, and therefore that's instantly a potential follower, potential customer gone. So you need to be making sure you have that complete clarity, and that comes from your content, it comes from the way you structure your page, it comes from the niche you're in, it comes from the actual content you produce, like the topics you pick. You don't want all of the topics you pick to be all over the place. You don't want to be talking about books and then Instagram growth and then personal training and then cooking recipes, things along that line. There's no clarity there. Someone who comes to your page and looks at that is going to go, what does this person actually offer? I have no idea. I'm looking at their page and they're all over the place. You need to have complete clarity on your page. People need to come on it and go, right, that person there, they can offer me that. Therefore, I need to follow them because that's the problem I have and I want to improve it. Really that simple. So if you haven't got that clarity, then you're losing people left, right, and center. So let's use my service as an example. I help people build an authority and an audience on social media so that they can leverage it for their business and make money. So all of the content I produce needs to be catered to that topic and that topic only. People come to my page and they go, okay, that person can help me with exactly that. That's what I want to achieve. And therefore I know that everybody who follows me is obviously interested in what I have to teach them. So they are technically interested in the product or service I have to offer. And that all comes down to the content I produce in the first place. If you are creating content that's all over the place, like some of the examples I gave earlier, if I had produced all of those things, people aren't going to come to my page and instantly go, oh, that person offers me Instagram monetization services. That's never going to happen because there's no clarity within my content. But I have my content and then I also have the way I present myself and my bio. My bio plays a huge part. That first line when someone visits my page is, do you currently struggle getting leads from social media? I change it quite often because I'm split testing my bio at the moment to see what converts followers best. So it might change if you were to head over my page. But this is something that I'm constantly experimenting with, but associating with the product or service I provide, because that is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to leverage that audience so I can funnel them down my sales funnel so that I can make money from the audience I've produced. But that clarity is everything. I need people to come onto my page and go, right, Ethan can offer me that, and therefore I need to follow him because I have that problem. When you have clarity, you will attract the right audience. If you are all over the place with your content, then you're going to attract people from all different avenues, and therefore the following you build is going to be completely random, and it's going to be much harder for you to convert. So we want clarity and no confusion. And finally, your page needs to show your authority and your expertise. This is going to be why people end up buying from you. And this largely comes down to the actual content you produce. Your content quality is everything. If people look at your content and it is of a poor quality, that's going to tell them that you don't really know what you're talking about. Whereas if your content is consistently of a very, very high quality, they're going to have more of a reaction along the lines of, okay, this person really knows what they're talking about. They have built that authority. They have got that expertise. I want to follow them. I want to reach out to them because I know I can learn from them. Their content is brilliant, but if you haven't got that high quality, you're going to struggle to build that authority and that expertise within your niche. Another way to build authority and expertise within your niche is to be consistently engaging with the community and showing that expertise within the comment section and having people that are raving fans of you within your comment section. People do read the comments, especially potential clients, because there are so many people out there nowadays that are part of engagement groups, or they just buy their engagement online. Never do that. It's just a lie to yourself at the end of the day. But this is what you have to be careful for. If you have that genuine engagement and those raving fans that are consistently engaging with your content, people are going to see this and go, okay, this person does have incredible social proof, and therefore I trust them. I want to learn from this person. They are clearly an expert, and a lot of people look up to them, and therefore I should too. Another thing that can help you with this is testimonials. Any DMs you get, any genuine video testimonials because someone enjoyed your product or service, any great comments you get about your posts being so good, have a story highlight with some of these, because people will view your story highlights when they first visit your page and go, oh, this person's got testimonials, let me read through a few of these so I can gauge an understanding as to how highly people think of this individual. So they're going to look at those testimonials, and if they are genuine testimonials that are consistently happening time and time again, people are going to think, oh, okay, this person clearly knows what they're talking about. Again, they have built that authority, and therefore I want to follow them and learn from them. It's that simple. So that final tip, make sure you have built that authority and that expertise within your niche, and that's in turn going to propel your Instagram growth at a much, much faster rate. Obviously, though, that final point is going to come with time. It's very, very difficult unless you have built an incredible personal brand or business elsewhere to build that authority and expertise initially, because no one really knows who you are. It's going to come with that consistent engagement. It's going to come as you continue to improve your content, but continue to produce content over time. So this is one that you are continuously striving for. Even despite my follower count at the moment, I'm still progressively improving myself to continue to establish that authority and expertise in what I actually talk about, because there are people out there that have way more knowledge and followers than me. But if I continue to improve myself, if I continue to consistently put this value out to my audience, to which they can then learn from, engage the fact that, oh, Ethan is increasingly improving his knowledge and consistently working to improve himself, that helps me as an individual, because one day I could be one of those people that has millions upon millions of followers and an audience that is incredibly, incredibly loyal, and that's something I hope for, but it's something I know it's going to take an incredibly long period of time and lots of hard work. And that's something that everyone needs to understand as well. This isn't overnight. This is something you have to do over a long period of time consistently at a very, very high quality level. And you have to consistently work to improve yourself. If you aren't working to improve yourself, you're never going to be the best at what you do. So, final point, you need to make sure that your page has authority and expertise. And that wraps up today's video. As you can see, I'm a very, very new creator here on YouTube, so every little helps when it comes to smashing that subscribe button, hitting that like button, and turning on post notifications. But I did just want to mention that this is actually part of my podcast series, Social Media Marketing School, and the place to be is the audio version of the podcast. Why? Because I actually release these podcasts over there a couple of days earlier than I do here on YouTube. So I will leave some links down in the description, so make sure you head down there and subscribe to the audio version of the podcast if you want to consume this value a little bit sooner. But if you've got any questions with regards to anything I've mentioned in today's video, please just reach out to me on Instagram @themarketingethan, send me a DM, and I will make sure I get back to you no matter what. But if you have made it to this point in the video, I just want to finish off by saying thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.